So we're here today at the town office, and I've got Shirley Bush here. We were just saying that Shirley and I have worked together for 20 years?
Yeah, 20 years now.
20 years.
Yeah.
Shirley spent 20 years in the Navy, and then she came back to her hometown of Outram, which we're going to talk about today, and then started on her career in real estate. So Outram's always been an interesting place. Shirley has always been incredibly supportive of Outram, and I think a lot of people think you need a camel and a packed lunch to get there, but those things have changed over the years. But Shirley, why do you live in Outram? Tell me what is so cool about it.
Well, I suppose you always hark back to your childhood, but I grew up there. I grew up there on a farm, and I always remember the lovely summers out there, the freedom we had, the microclimate, the river, and it just generally it just had a great wee vibe. And it was a fairly isolated little township, you know, I'm going back to the 60s and 70s, I suppose, in saying that. But it just has increasingly become more and more popular for people looking for a lifestyle to live out there. A lot of the homes were established out there in the 70s and 80s, apart from all the original little cottages, because Outram used to be a through township for Cobb & Co, going from Dunedin up through to Central Otago.
Stagecoach.
So basically the stagecoach back in the days, but things of course have changed considerably since then. No more stagecoaches, but there's still a few horses out there, which is great. So it's really a choice now. It's a lifestyle choice. Yes, when I first came back from Auckland and worked in the city here and lived in and bought back out in Outram, people say, oh my gosh, you live all the way out there. I did tell them that I did survive. I took a packed lunch and I made it out there in home. It was only half an hour, and of course it's even increasingly closer now that the motorway, Fairfield, once the motorway in Fairfield came in. So no, yes, it's very dear to my heart.
And you essentially know everybody.
Pretty much.
How many houses? 250?
It's about, it's ever increasing.
Yep.
Originally, when I probably started selling real estate out there, it was about 210, but I think we are up to about 250 or more, and now there are several subdivisions on the way as well. So that will increase. That could have an increase of up to 70 more homes in the area.
So traditionally, your traditional buyer out there would have been, I think a lot of people would have thought that the retiring farmers loved it because it was sort of semi-rural, and that would have been true to a point. Yes, but today, like different people?
Oh, families, actually just all across the board. I think a lot of people sort of now realise what a little quintessential country town it is. I liken it a little bit like to an English country village. You have everything on your doorstep. You can walk out of the house on a Sunday morning and go around to the Foursquare shop, get your newspaper, down to the cafe, get your
That's your favourite haunt of yours, right?
I think I own shares in the Wobbly Goat Cafe out there. Sort of grab your coffee and then go home and sit on your deck in the sunshine, because generally the climate out there is so much better. Yeah. And established gardens are so easy out there. When I first moved back, my dad said, don't stick your finger in the ground, it'll grow. So I have always, carried that. I've told prospective purchasers that as well, that if you read something on the label that says a metre, in Outram it'll grow to 2 metres. Yeah,
great for gardeners.
And that's, gardeners just love it out there. I'm a gardener.
So with all your selling experience over the years, you know a thing or two about prices, and so if anybody wanted to know anything, you don't mind them calling you, obviously.
Oh gosh, no. Yeah. I mean, in this market we have at the moment, pricing is probably quite hard to come up with an exact price, but that's good if you're selling. So we, we'll try and get that as close as we can based on sales in and around the area. But Outram's becoming increasingly popular due to the lifestyle aspect, so to speak. So, but yes, any information anybody needs in relation to anything to do with real estate out in that area or anywhere on the Taieri, really, just give me a call. Town. Yep, can travel.
Everywhere can
Occasionally
travel.
needed the odd helicopter to get to the open homes in time, but still manage it. Yeah. Nowhere's too far down here.
It's cool. Thank you, Shirley.
Thank you.
Awesome.